So today I want to do something that is a little bit different. Okay, let's get you up and going. And I actually want to take you out of the studio, out of the dark lights, and just kind of go for a walk and chat about something that has been on my mind for the past week or two. All right, I don't know if this is gonna work, but come on a walk with me. It's way hotter than I thought it would be. I thought I would be doing this on a nice, cool Saturday morning. No, it is Saturday afternoon, roughly 80 degrees, and I don't usually leave my studio. So, anyway, what I wanted to talk about was this idea that a composer's journey is very similar to a Pokémon adventure. So I think the three main stages of any composer's journey is going to be starting off with fundamentals. It's then branching out, expanding your knowledge, exploring a little bit. What was that? And then refining what you know and applying it to a specific goal that you have, applying it to your specific goal. And once you kind of figure that out and you apply this to any part of your career, honestly, I think that process is super similar to the Pokemon adventure. Now, you don't have to know anything about Pokemon to really get the reference, although you might appreciate it just a little bit more. But basically, you start off in, let's say, the Kanto region, right? That is Pokemon blue, red, yellow. If you're in Japan, I believe green. What did I walk through? And so the Kanto region is your home, right? This is the world of Pokemon. And right now, you are the player character. You might go by red, you might go by blue. I don't know what the character's name is in green. And what did I walk through? And this is the character that starts off in Pallet Town. You can also kind of equate this character to Ash, maybe. Ash Ketchum, if you're thinking about the show. But essentially, this is your start point, right? This is where maybe you have this dream of becoming a Pokemon master. If you're a composer, this is where you have this dream of writing music that is gonna get you work, that's gonna land clients. If you're working with mock-ups, which a lot of us are, it's how do I make this sound good? I wonder if I should turn back. There's a lot of people. I might turn back. I might get better sunlight this way. It's this specific stage where you are learning about the absolute core fundamentals. So like, if you are someone who is maybe a student, maybe your school is all about the traditional stuff, maybe you're learning about the orchestra, maybe you're doing some music theory, some notation. For me, when I was in school in undergrad, I only learned about notation, and very strict rules of writing music, and I learned about the orchestra. And my only way of applying what I knew was through notation softwares like Sibelius. That was what we were encouraged to use. All right, so I had to sit down because I was getting a little tired talking, explaining, and I really want to get this right. But basically, a friend of mine asked me what DAW I was using, and I had no answer for him because I wasn't using a DAW, I was using Sibelius. I think that small conversation right there is what opened up my eyes, opened up the window, opened up my worldview, because then that's when I started learning about samples and I started experimenting with Logic, which I ended up getting and I have not paid for ever since. And right there, I think jumping from that first core stage of understanding the foundation to jumping and exploring the different sample libraries, the technology, what DAW you're using. I think that in a Pokemon journey is the equivalent of leaving Pallet Town, right? You have the core knowledge. You start off with your 5 Pokeballs, and you decide that you want to take actionable steps to becoming a Pokemon master. This is the time when you leave home with the core knowledge that you have and you start exploring. And as you are going through this technology stage as a composer, you're also going through and you're catching Pokemon, right? You're collecting your sample libraries, but you're not only just catching them to catch them, right? You're also training them. You're leveling them up. You're developing skills. You're meeting other trainers, other collaborators as a composer out there who can help you understand this just vast range of knowledge that you're soaking in. This is the point where as you're traveling the Kanto region, you're exploring different cities, different towns, you're meeting new people, and you eventually end up at a point where you're back home or around Pallet Town. And I think there's only so much knowledge that we can take in before we have to remember the fundamentals and the foundations. And what I always thought was funny about specifically the Kanto region was how close the Victory Road and the Elite Four were in comparison to Pallet Town, basically your home base. So many of us want to jump right directly from the very start. We just start out and we want to jump and expect to be an incredible composer or whatever your end goal might be. And of course, in the Kanto region, we can go from Pallet Town and easily make that left turn and we're right at Victory Road, but we're not going to get anywhere. There's no way that we can actually achieve that goal so quickly. The same can be said about, catching Pokemon. You can catch all the Pokemon in the world, but if you don't actually develop a relationship and a sustainable team, a cohesive team with them, then there's no way you're going to achieve that goal either. And to me, that's like collecting a ton of samples, right? You collect and buy every single sample library out there, and you're not taking the time to actually get to know them. You're not taking the time to understand every single strength and every single weakness, and it's like, catching a Pidgey and then assuming it's gonna win you the Elite Four. For those of you that don't know Pokemon, you'll see a Pidgey everywhere at the start of your journey. Anyway, so to me, that third step is actually kind of combining both steps 1, the foundations, and step 2, the expansion of knowledge, and it's all about refinement. Refining so that it's actually specific towards you and your goals and the career that you want to live. And to me, that is the same experience as going through Victory Road, defeating the Elite Four, and eventually becoming that Pokemon champion, becoming that Pokemon master that you set out from the very beginning, back home in Pallet Town. To me, it's okay to take the slower path to reach Victory Road as long as you're actually doing the things that are gonna get you there one day. And I'm actually really excited because I figured, let me go out on my own little adventure and actually leave the studio for once. And as many bugs as there are, as many bug-type Pokemon as there are landing on my head, I think going out and actually expanding my worldview is very important. And honestly, it's, I think, what I needed. And that's why I'm super excited that if this resonated with you, if you feel like you are somewhere on your own Pokemon journey, you're a composer, you're a musician, you just feel like you have so much that you want to accomplish and there's something stopping you from getting there, then definitely reach out. I'm actually offering discovery calls, absolutely free, 30 minutes. Let's just chat about what your strengths are. And if you want to maybe even figure out what your strengths are before that call, then definitely check out my Composer Odyssey Index. This is a quiz that I put together specifically for composers to help them kind of recognize or how they put value on different strengths. So again, discovery call, completely free. Let's just chat about where you are, what your struggles are, because I think it's going to be different for everybody. So let's hopefully get you to becoming a Pokemon master. I'll see you later.